Hey, good evening, everyone. Unmute yourself and say yes if you can hear me well.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
so
we
much.
can hear you.
Thank you so much for quick confirmation. So let's get started. First, we'll go ahead and revisit the quick reminder. That's the ground rules. We revisit and review it as a code of honor. So you know that Agile is full of ceremonies and that demands us to be show up live and while you show up live, be on time, remain punctual, and remain highly committed. In case you are not practitioner of it and considering this training itself as a project, let you practice these traits. Will let you demonstrate once you get placed. And for that very reason, considering it and following it here is mandatory. And this is also said that how you do anything is how you do everything. Many of you come from already IT background and you still chose to learn. That makes you student. But we want you to be the full stack students who does all the assignments, do self-research, repeat what they learn. While you do so, you finish what you start and you hit the success, and it's quite easy for take the full responsibility of that. But once you don't finish what you start, you may hit back to the failure, and embracing that, acknowledging that, and accepting that, and then going ahead and correcting that uh, m- makes you realize that failure was not a failure. It became because it became trail to the success. But to do so, it really requires a concrete mindset. The very first one from Lean's Kaizen talks about continuous improvement, and for that, you need to have the learning mindset. More learning minded you will become, you will find yourself growing more positively. More positive minded you will become, you will find yourself growing more complaint free in a way that you can deliver any project even in a stringent timeline and with the lack of resources. More you can do that, you will find yourself growing more in gratitude in a way that it leads to the highest productivity so that you can perform in this way again and again. While you do so, remember to start your day with the highest level of receptivity. And for that very reason, we have 130 days challenge. I have already spoken about what it is, how it is impactful for every single outcome you do on every single day. And for that, you can take this 30 days audio challenge. For that, you need to just DM me 30 DC and I'll be sharing you the link with that because this is the recommendation, not the mandatory. That's the reason you can avoid asking in the group, and this will be because this is the personal choice, but highest recommendation from my end. The second one, any learning or technical learning that will follow the golden quadrant of learning. The very first one starts with declaration with the anchor. And what is declaration and anchor? Have already spoken about it. Why it is mandatory, have spoken about it. And learning that these two elements you can do it here. And third and fourth, that is drawing after 24 hours of your learning. Um, by recalling from your memory, and you can scribble it like this and then flaunting it back while you are summarizing in a way when the 5 years old can understand. Let you be the expert in the subject if you follow the exact thing at least for 3 times, even if you are a novice into the subject which you are summarizing. So let's get started with the one and two over here. The very first one will follow the anchor and then declaration. What will be the anchor? Anchor will be, I'll be counting 1, 2, 3 and self high five. That's the clap you just now heard. You are going to model it. And then I'll be reading it out, the selected statement, and you will be modeling me. And that will be the declaration. So can you all see the selected statement on the screen? Just unmute your say and yeah, say
Yeah.
yes.
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 Okay.
Yes.
So kindly model me 1, 2, 3 and clap and repeat. I'm a quick learner.
I'm a good
I'm a
learner.
quick learner.
What others can learn and master,
What
What
others
others
can
can
learn
learn
and
and master.
master,
I took a I took and do that.
I
I
too
too
can do
can
that.
do that.
One more time with another statement. One, two, three, and clap and repeat. Because I'm a quick learner,
Because I am
Because
a
I'm a
quick
quick
learner,
learner,
today's learning is going to be
today
today's
learning
learning
is
is
going
going to
to
be
be
super duper easy to me.
super
super
duper
duper
easy to me.
easy to me.
Yes, it is going to be because you said so. And remember, on this way, need to be the giver, especially who comes with the vast experiences. They need to focus over here as well, because keeping ego way on the path of learning, that keeps you more spiritually grounded on the path of growth. When I say path of growth, spiritually grounded, it means that your happiness level increases, and happiness is today's new productivity, and that's the demand of the corporate. And once you are getting placed, you are not here just to get placed and start working. You are also here to earn more. And it is said that what you want more of, you must start giving away the portion of. And in case you are already earning, you can give away 5% of 10% of your earning in the causes wherever you believe in. And in case you are not earning, you can have the intention that once you get placed, you can give away 5% of it or 10% of your earning in the causes of causes you believe in. The causes could be feeding hungry children, donating into orphanages or old age home, or even in temple, churches, gurudwara, or mosque. Why? Because when you give, you grow. When you receive, you may survive. And I'm sure that you are not here for the survival, but for the growth. While you do so, remember to appreciate what you do, what others do for you, and when it doesn't seem that it is returning and helping you back, continue to do so initially, because this is ultimate universal law that says that what you appreciate appreciates you back. How we are going to remain connected is every technical session will happen at 10 p.m. Monday. Again, we are going to meet at 10 p.m. Tuesday, you will have the RRP session. That's the reference ready resume preparation. That is mandatory for you to attend Tuesday and Thursday, because that's the gateway for your placement. That strengthens your visibility, credibility, and thereby your marketability. From here, your placement will take shape. Wednesday, you can choose to do the assignment from the learning of Sunday. Friday, you can do the assignment from the learning of Monday. Saturday, you can choose to relax or do the research work or repeat whatever you have learned, or prepare any question that you want to answer on the next Sunday. So this is how we are going to remain connected. So we revisited this one more time. Is it clear for everyone? Say yes
Yes.
if you
Yeah.
got it. Yeah. Thank you. So let's continue from where we had left off last time. Okay. And for that very reason, I'm going to reshare my screen. So you remember last time we were talking more about agile principle, right? There we had taken the pause. You remember that, everyone?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. So from there, we are planning to start. Okay. And let me share my screen. Did we also cover the certification we need to do and all? Did we cover this point? The tools we. Oh, really? Okay, great. But the question which I had received, with that, I got to know that this thing was still pending. So what I decided that we can go ahead and talk about it. But before we talk about it, and we knew the difference between agile and business analysis as well. Considering that, what we can do is, uh, wait a second. Yeah. Considering that, we will look at certain item of business analysis. Okay. Even though we are not starting that. So on the top, there are the black, there is the black triangle you can see. Okay. That defines what? What do you read?
Changes.
Changes. Yeah. And when it is defining the changes, whatever changes we are going to bring, that will be the need driven transformation for the stakeholders, for which you start working for the solution. And solution is will be the specific option to meet a need, because once need arises, then only the customer will approach you for the change. Okay, seeking the change. You define the context first, means based on the circumstances. You will talk about the changes, how these changes, bringing those change can add the value, okay, to the stakeholders, and whether stakeholder is related to change, need, or solution. And once you understand the need more in detail, understand the context, understand the stakeholder, then you more focus toward the solution. Means every solution is enabled by and backed by the changes. With me so far? So when it comes to business analysis world, your focus has to be more towards where?
Changes.
Yes, exactly. Because if you can identify the change, you can propose the change. And once your changes are accepted, it can impact the continued revenue for the organization. Continued what, everyone?
Continued revenue.
Yes, you're right. Now let's understand that in what when in the projects agility is being proposed or agility is adapted, then what all kind of different certification can be done. Uh, why I want to revisit this slide, because someone had asked me that you tell me that I want to do the Scrum Master certification, and what will be the process, and which organization will be the right to do the Scrum Master certification. So is it okay? Do you also want to know the question answer of this question? Can I take this?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so by now you know that there are different level of Scrum Master certification. In case you have already IT background, you are well trained already about Scrum, you have whole idea is there about Scrum, you can go ahead and do the Scrum Master certification either from Scrum Alliance, either from scrum.org, and even from PMI, the PSM certification. Okay, so these are the Scrum related certification. However, in case you don't have at all any idea about the certification of Scrum Master, because when it comes to taking the certification, there comes the commercial involvement as well. Means these organization also seek certain fee. They give you certain PDUs. PDUs means certain, they confirm certain hours of your learning has already happened, and based on that, they open the certification for you. I would recommend you start your journey with the some places uh, which comes with the free certification. It means that they recognize your ability, that you hold this knowledge and you are holding the right knowledge, and they confirm you that with the free certification, and then you can attempt with the paid certification as well. When I say paid certification, means those organization who charges good amount, and in return, uh, after you appearing in the exam, they confirm your scoring, and based on the scoring, they give you certification as well. The name of the organization, like from PMI, Scrum Alliance, or scrum.org, whatever the certification of Scrum Master you would do, so that will be legit, that will be more useful, because today's organization, when it comes to certification, they look for and give weightage to the certification which come from these organization minimum. Okay, so do you know any such certification, free certification, that you can get, and that will help you to boost your confidence to go ahead to start earning certification from scrum.org or Scrum Alliance or or PMI? Do you have any idea if such certifications are available which give you free certification? Yes, no?
No.
You
No.
have? Okay, so if you have idea, can someone announce here? So which will be the right one? Anita.
No, I have no idea.
Oh, you
I
don't
said
have
no.
idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
I said no.
Okay, okay. So you can take a note of it. You can go ahead and do this certification from wait a second. Um, Let me try to recall. It is from um I forget. I'm forgetting this. Okay. SFC certification, Scrum Fundamental Certification from uh okay. SFC certification, you can take a note of it. Okay. And wait a second. Let me recall, and I totally forget the name. I don't know. Is there on my in my mind? I'm not able to recall. Let me quickly check. Okay. His name also starts with the Scrum itself. I'm just trying to recall. Yeah, the very first certification is the SFC only that I would recommend you all to do. That is a Scrum Fundamental Certification. Once you do that, and you can clear that certification because this is the free certification, it will be quite easy for you to attain the new certification. Many of our students have decided this approach, went ahead with that, and they have come up with the certifications. Okay. Various certification. In fact, only by learning these, applying the learning that happened over here, they went ahead and they earned the certification from safe and all, from these places as well. Okay. So yeah, it can be from, yes, I remember now. So it's SFC from scrumstudy.com. From scrumstudy.com. Yeah, in case you want to do some certification from Coursera, Udemy, um, there from there you can do. Of course, from there will be paid courses, so you can do that. But from scrumstudy.com, it is the uh, it is the free course. Okay, I'm going to type it over here. Okay, start yourself your journey from scrumstudy.com, do this Scrum fundamental certification, and then go ahead. All right, everyone, you got it. This
Yeah.
should be your approach.
Yep.
So anyone so who was that person who asked me this question? Anyone? Okay, none. Fine, not a problem. So I have answered this. Now, apart from this, these are the certification you can focus and continue to grow. Now it comes to this. There are many such tools. Okay, when it comes to using Agile, uh, these are few tools. Few names are not there, like Azure DevOps, Zoho, Azure DevOps, and all. So these names are not there, but there are tons of such Agile tools which industry is using. That I want you to take the screenshot of it, and I want you to choose one tool that you can explore, and that is going to be your said assignment for today. Okay, you are going to decide a tool. You are going to explore this tool by your own self, understanding what this tool do. Wait a second. So what this tool do, what this tool does. So you are going to decide one tool by your own feeling, by your own uh, you know gut feeling. You just decide one tool. Say for randomly you chose iScrum. Okay, what your job should be? Go ahead, explore iScrum, even though if you don't have any background, and try to see what exactly you can do in iScrum. Okay, what you can create, how it may function. Means you need to identify more and more detail. You are not going to get any help Okay, you are just exploring these tools. So I want you to successfully go ahead and get acquainted of tool, but tool that you are going to decide. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So clarity
Yeah.
is very important at this moment. Otherwise, what may happen after the session, you may go back and you will ask, okay, what we need to do with this tool. So be very clear. You need to just explore the tool. And with the unsaid assignment, you have to tell us that with unsaid, said assignment is exploring. Unsaid assignment can be the part like where you are giving the update in the unsaid assignment, whatever you have learned, and you explored the tool called Taiga. Okay, Taiga has the ability to do these activity. You can do XYZ activities, and by doing this, you can achieve ABC. Okay, so this is how you are going to explain. Did you get it, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So can you confirm me one by one which tool you are going to choose? You have to decide it here. So let's start. Anita, which tool you are going to take?
Jira.
Jira. Okay. Shimsa, which tool?
Trello.
Trello. Okay. Pushpanjali, which tool?
You track.
U-Track. Great. And Saundarya, which tool?
Jira.
Jira. And Shruti, which tool?
Azure DevOps.
DevOps, Azure DevOps. Brilliant. So everyone has gotten one tool. So that's anyone who is left out? None? Okay, cool. So we'll continue here. Now you have told us about it. Let's understand uh, if Agile and Scrum is same or not, because that also is the confusion and we need to understand this. So I want someone to read the first bullet point for me, please.
Is Agile
The
and Scrum the same? The key difference between Agile and Scrum is that while Agile is a project management philosophy which utilizes a core set of values or principles, Scrum is a specific Agile methodology that is used to facilitate a project.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. So even though by now you know that Scrum is framework and subset of Agile, this is part of Agile inside it. But when it comes to Agile, Agile is a philosophy of project management, okay? And that utilizes the core set value and principle. And this is the part of a framework. This is the framework. Scrum is the framework that is used for facilitating the project in an agile manner. Okay, so that you need to remember. So agile and Scrum is not the same, but Scrum is the subset of agile. Got it? Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So can someone read second bullet point for me?
Agile is a continuous iteration of development and testing in the software development process, whereas Scrum is an agile process to focus on delivering the business value in the shortest time.
Yeah. So yes, we all agree. We will agree that agile is the continuous iteration. Means, yeah, development happens, testing happens, and we deploy the build. But when we do that, we do this for a smaller chunk, not for the entire software. Again, the remaining chunk of the software, remaining pieces, remaining modules of the software, we take again and we repeat, develop, test, deploy. We repeat, develop, test, and deploy. So this is called a iteration, where these three phases are getting iterated for chosen particular modules that we decide to give it to the customer. Okay, and here we just don't give the value in the very shortest time. We don't just give the software in very shortest span of time, but also we add value to the customer. Add what, everyone?
Value. Value.
Yeah, and why I'm asking you to repeat this term, these important term, because these are things which does not have to be missed from our delivery, which does not have to be missed from our value system, from our core value, because this is somewhere building to the backbone of the delivery, and that's the reason few things you will find we are repeating. I want someone to read the third bullet point over here, please.
Scrum is a
Scrum is a
framework utilizing an agile mindset for developing, delivering, and sustaining complex products with an initial emphasis on software development, although it has been used in other fields including research, sales, marketing, and advanced technologies.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. So when we are talking about a Scrum framework, so it has a complete impact in the development, delivering the software, even if it is quite complex. With the Scrum, we get the easy approach, and with this easy approach, it is just not limited with the software development. It has impact on sales, marketing, and any different advanced even in say research work and even advanced technology development, because it continues to add the value, and it brings and it gives birth, I can say, to the even complex product in a very easy manner. So when we say agile is just not a methodology, but this is a complete mindset. So just to address this, what we can understand, if we need to draw a circle, say for example, this is the best example for deliver incrementally. Okay, you see here multiple dots coming up from left to right, and resulting into one final go, one final delivery. Okay, means one circle can be drawn with the multiple dots. Okay, and every single dot matters, and clubbing few of them you can deliver, not all at once but one by one. Okay, so this approach is called as deliver incrementally, where you decide few chunks of a complete work, a portion of the work you decide to deliver all at once. Okay, not the entire portion, not the entire circle, but the smaller circumference or smaller radius you just choose, and you deliver them gradually, and then you see that how many of models can come together and can be delivered all at once. Okay, with me so far, it is never all at once. Getting this, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, superb. So can once again someone read the first bullet point over here?
The distinction between sprint and scrum is that they are two linked but different terms. Scrum is a framework often used in agile methodology, and a sprint is part of Scrum's framework structure. Scrum gives meetings, tools, and roles, while a sprint is a defined period for creating a feature.
Yeah. So when it comes to now, we are looking at Agile and Scrum, but at the same time, we also touched a part which is called as sprint. Okay. So when we talk about the sprint, it means that sprint has to be the part of Scrum as well. Okay. So this Scrum framework, however, it is a part of Agile methodology, sprint is the part of Scrum framework. Okay, because when we are talking about scrum comes with the various artifacts. Okay, it is for various ceremonies. It decide the tools, roles, and we will be looking at the roles as well. Okay, and in the sprint we develop and deploy a feature, any feature or multiple feature, depending upon what we decide during the first scrum ceremony. Okay, and that is quite in the initial phase of the any scrum meeting. Okay, so please read the second bullet point, someone.
Scrum is a subset of Agile. It is a lightweight process framework for agile development and the most widely used one.
Yeah, So I just used it bit early that yeah, Scrum is the subset of Agile, and because this is being the lightweight, that's the reason it is most used. Okay, so and that's the reason because it is being most used. Organization decide to club various other framework also with the Scrum, just because it's straight of being lightweight process. Okay, it's quite easy to understood, even though it is easy to understood, widely used in the organization and club with the multiple frameworks. Okay, can someone now read the third bullet point over here, please?
It's a,
It is a
it is a
particular
particular.
set. Go
Okay,
ahead.
you go ahead.
It is a particular set of practices that must be followed in order for a process to be consistent with the framework. Like the Scrum process framework requires the use of development cycles called sprints, the XP framework requires pair programming.
Okay, thank you so much for reading this out. Yeah, we have a detailed understanding in the last session where we explored multiple framework, and we also talked about pair programming in XP framework. XP means what is the full form of XP, everyone?
Extreme programming.
Extreme
Yeah.
Extreme
programming.
programming.
Yes, absolutely right. So, yeah, under extreme programming, when it comes to applying this pair programming, you work in pair, okay? And we need to remember one thing very, very sure that this is a complete and consistent order because iteration is the word we took initially, and that let you repeat few things like we talk about development, testing, and deployment. So because we are repeating this, it is also called as termed as repetition, iteration, or that comes with the word a cycle. Okay, so we deliver in a cyclic manner. In what manner, everyone?
Cyclic manner.
Cyclic
Yeah,
manner.
yeah. So that we need to remember. Now let's move to the next one. Okay, so let's understand lightweight. So it says that, okay, can someone read the first here?
Lightweight means the overhead of the process is kept as small as possible to maximize the amount of productive time available for getting useful work done.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for reading this out. So when we use the term lightweight, so it means that every process has to be simple, understandable, and easy, and can be used in a very easy manner. Okay, and because it can be used in a very easy manner, it is becoming more productive, and in the less time, maximum work can be done. That's the reason lightweight comes into the picture. So whoever was reading, can you continue with the second bullet point as well?
A Scrum process is distinguished from the other agile processes by specific concept and practice divided into three categories of the role, artifact, and time boxes.
Yeah. So when we say it is practice in the three categories because it's a quite easy and it's a Scrum process. So it is little bit different from you can differentiate from the Agile processes based on the practices and concept. But you need to remember for this we have to have the rules we need to understand. Uh, we have to understand the rules, what all the rules involved when it comes to Agile or in Scrum, what all the artifacts are needed, documentation and all, tools and all, and the time boxes, what is will be the timeline. Okay, the timeline can be what we decide the start time and end time, and that is going to remain constant for every single sprint or every single cycle or uh, every single iteration. When we say cycle, iteration, and sprint, in a in a layman language, if we call it what is sprint, so you can remember it as sprint is a time duration. What it is?
Time duration.
Time
Yeah,
duration.
yeah. So, and that gives birth to this word time boxing. Okay. Means whatever you are going to do in a very time box manner, which start time is fixed and end time is fixed. Okay. Can someone read the third bullet point over here for me, please?
Scrum is most often used to manage complex software and product development using iterative and incremental practices. Scrum significantly increases productivity and reduces time to benefits relative to classic waterfall processes.
Yeah. So it came over, uh, over waterfall model, quite, um, yeah, so it came quite significant over waterfall model because even the software is quite complex and it may sound it will take time, but using the Scrum practices, what you found that it is becoming more productive over the waterfall. Why not a waterfall? Because waterfall used to give delivery for sure for the products or the application or the services, but by now it is out into the market. It used to become outdated. Okay, because it always follows certain process, but taking the entire process of waterfall and integrating inside agile, that gave the exact same model into the cyclic manner, and delivery become very easy in a way that it always matched with the speed of the market updates. Okay, say for example, if I need to say that, let me reshare my screen for that matter. So yeah, I'm going to reshare one more time my screen. So understand this. Okay, I don't know if I have used this or not, but if you need to understand waterfall model, how you can understand is this way. Let's look at it. Let's wait for, okay. Okay, so what exactly used to happen in waterfall model? This was a very first process, okay? And what was that? Means as a first step, what do you do when it comes to waterfall model? Who can tell me? What is the first step, first phase?
Gathering requirements.
Okay,
Requirement gathering.
yeah, yes, you are right. It's requirement gathering. So once you gather the requirement, okay, then comes, what do you do after requirement gathering?
Then we
Design or
basically,
planning.
Okay,
yes,
once requirement is gathered, you document it. Okay, documentation.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. So what you say is, it doesn't mean that it is not right. It is right, but somewhere you will find that it is used one step extra. Somewhere one step is clubbed with another, but that's okay. Requirement gathering, and once the gathering is done, then you go ahead and you design. Okay, you design the UI and all. So designing part comes into the picture, right? And after you design it, to make it functional, you code it, right?
Mhm.
So
Yes.
after designing, the coding comes. Okay, you code it. So once you code it, because it is functional now, that comes then you need to
Testing.
test it. Yes, you're right. So you need to test it. Once you test it, now is the time. If it is test
deployment.
pass, yes, you are.
Deployment.
You deploy it. So once you have deployed it, what is going to happen is that because deployment is done, you start giving the support, and with the support you making a,
Maintenance.
Maintenance.
yeah, maintenance is taken care. Okay, so you see that it formed what, this form a flow. Okay, so this, and this flow is just like a waterfall. Okay, this flow defines just like a waterfall, and that's the reason the name came as a waterfall model. Okay,
Mhm.
now the challenge with this was that, because this task was so much cumbersome, while this was out over here in the market, there used to be the different updates were already there. You remember that with in the world of information and social media today, with the speed, how the technology is changing the world with the rapid speed. Even though it was not that speed, but you can't deny that speed was not there. Of course, speed was there, at least that much, that by the time one software is designed and put out into the market, sent out into the market, there should be advanced version. With that, the existing software was not compatible. Remember the world of, or the era of Pentiums. Okay, I don't know whether you have heard this. P1, P2, P3, P4, this is how things has evolved. And today is the world of next generation computers. And but before that it was monochrome computers. It was 486, 386, and then command prompts were there. So by the time things were evolving from there, but still the means you remember, I don't know how many of you had ever played the video games then, and some games over computer like Prince or Contra or Mario used to come, and it was not always working, but sometime at certain point your computer used to hang during that time. Why? Because the software is upgrading, but system was not. But when with the similar speed, the system is also upgrading and software is also upgrading, that gave a complete mapping to the application, in which in whatever the hardware it is being used. Means hardware should be compatible with the software, and software has to compatible with hardware. Okay. And because to address this challenge, then Agile was introduced. Although these entire chunk was capsulated i- in following the Agile delivery. With me so far, everyone? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And do you remember those days? I was just talking about 386, 486 computers, monochrome computers to color computers, and Pentium 1s, Pentium 2, Pentium 3, 4, next generation computer, and the uh, games ever you might have played like Prince, Mario, and all. You remember that? Yes, no? No? Anyone?
Yeah.
No, yes,
Anyone?
I remember.
Yeah, someone can relate. Yeah,
Yes.
great. Thank you. Thank you for relating that up. Yeah. Now let's understand the process flow. Okay. When we are talking about the process flow, now this gives me a very good way to, talk about the one how this flow. So imagine this. This is a product backlog. Product backlog is a complete set of the requirement broken down into the smaller consumable, deliverable, and feasible modules. And two modules, I can use a separate word, different word for you understand, for you to understand. So if this is the multiple set of the requirement, and as a whole, this is the application, this is the requirement, actually not the application. Requirement came from the stakeholder, from the customer, and it comes with the multiple thick and thin slices. Thick and thin, what everyone?
Slices.
Slices. Ultimately, it has to be delivered to the customer, right? Now, when it comes to slices, imagine if this is the slice of a bread loaf, okay? And the customer is a kid at your home, okay? And this is quite young kid. Uh, when it says young kid, I mean, imagine a kid with the age of 4 or 5 years. Okay, he wants some quite tasty slices. Okay, and he will get attracted more towards, the slice which has more tutti frutti into it. Okay, you can slice and dice every single loaf, whatever is available to you, and you have brought at home, so that it can be served to the customer or to the kid during the breakfast. Okay, and while you are slicing it in multiple chops, you find that few slices are having more and more tutti frutti into it. Do you understand when I say tutti frutti? Say yes if you're
Yes.
yeah, thank
Yes.
you. Now this kid is deciding the priority, that what exactly he wants first. Okay, so he comes and he decides the priority and the maximum fruity into whatever the slice it has. He points out to that and he or she says that I want this to be delivered first in my plate. Okay, and the with the help of product owner, say product owner is the parents. Okay, they decide, okay, what to deliver them. So because it has the tutti frutti and it has some dry fruit also as a part of ingredient in some slices. Okay, so parents decide, and with the business analyst, means when we say business analyst, you can consider as a mom, and a product owner as a father, or vice versa. So both decide and have a talk to customer, that's the kid, that okay, you can have one with the most one, but I won't tell you, I won't recommend you that you go ahead with the most tutti frutti slice. You can also choose one dry fruit slice as well from that. Okay, and you pick both of them together in one go. Okay, and we can deliver in your plate. Okay, and now grandparents are there as a facilitator, and they will make sure that kid is liking that, and so that the kid can demand the delivery again the next day, and he can follow the entire process. So based on the likes and based on the priority set with the conversation, we agreed that what all the thick or thin slice we will start serving. So for that, you call the meeting, internal meeting, where the grandparents are there, parents are there, means BA, developer, and facilitators are there, and to which you can call it as a planning meeting. What you can call it?
Planning meeting.
Yeah.
Planning meeting.
In planning meeting, you also add that, okay, we are going to give these functionality, but it has to be workable. So when we are giving these slices to my 4 or 5 years kid, it should be chewable. So can we break it down in a manner that it can be consumed in very easy manner, and you decide a sprint goal over here. Okay, and while you decide what exactly to be served inside the plate, and for that you just discuss, you start implementing. Few decide, okay, we will apply the butter into it. Few decide, okay, let's apply jam into it. And because they will also ask and consult initial itself whether that is the requirement or not. And with this discussion, finally they serve into the plate, and for that they hold another meeting before the customer start consuming, whether customer is liking the bite or not, okay, the presentation or not, can consume it or not. The moment he gets a go, he gives you a go, you start serving in the plate, and he consumes it. And even though he might have thrown some tantrum, you take a learning out of this and you discuss it in a retrospective meeting. Based on that, while you are serving the next serve into the next day during the breakfast, you take the precaution what to deliver, what not to deliver. Okay, so this is how the entire process flows. Okay, so when we are talking about big bread loaf, understand a requirement is a large requirement and requires to become a slices, so that it can be consumed or used by the customer as well, and to which we are going to call it as a product backlog. What we are going to call it as?
Product
Product
backlog.
backlog.
And when we are discussing, calling out a meeting to define a sprint goal, okay, uh, that time when it is prioritized, we remember that what customer has asked and what we have suggested to the customer has agreed upon. Only those prioritized backlog item when we choose before the discussion start during sprint meeting, it is called as sprint backlog. What it is called as?
Sprint
Product
backlog.
backlog.
And because it has the limited time duration, and we start working into on these backlogs, we decide who will do what, who will do not what, and how they will do it, how long they will take time to do it. Such discussion happens in the planning meeting, to which we call it as a sprint planning meeting. What we call it as?
Sprint
Sprint
planning meeting.
planning.
Yeah. So while in sprint planning meeting, everything is decided who will do what work. Okay, who will code, who will test, who will integrate, who will design the architect, and who will deploy. Okay, everything is decided. Okay, and while these work start functioning, every single day the entire team meets together and talk about what they have done, what they are going to do, anything which is stopping them to do that. That is discussed under the daily scrum meeting. What meeting, everyone?
Daily Scrum meeting.
Daily Scrum.
And this is also called as daily stand-up meeting. What it is called as?
Daily
Daily
stand-up
stand-up
meeting.
meeting.
Great. And now one fine day you realize, okay, whatever we had agreed inside the sprint planning meeting has been done now, is completed now. Then you decide to call out your customer for review, and you just demonstrate what you have done, what all it took you to deliver or create, what exactly you are looking for. And if customer likes it, customer said that I would like it to get delivered as per plan. Okay, the moment he says that I would like to get it delivered as per plan, you go ahead and you increment it, means you deploy it. Okay, and while you have deployed, immediate after deployment, another sprint planning meeting will take place. But before that, sprint retrospective has to happen. Okay, this will be the another ceremony after sprint review meeting, where customer will not be there, but your internal team will be there, product owner will not be there, your entire team will be there. And you will reflect back that what you did went well, what you could have done things differently. More or less, people talk in this meeting what you did well, what did you did not do well. Okay, that's it. Okay, but the additional, as a future product, future scrum master, you can take a note of it, that when you are holding your own retrospective meeting, add this extra uh, question, that is what you could have done differently. When you ask this question, that will bring uh, the eye opening result, that will open your mind more, and you can have the more listed actionable item can be incorporated in the next sprint. Okay, and that's the reason sprint retrospective becomes quite vital. From scrum master point of view, you are not going to skip any single ceremony into this flow. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So when I say you are not going to miss any flow, it means that you have to abide by this as a part of practice and the value. Okay, when we say practice and value, it means that, like agile had certain principle and values, like scrum will have certain values as well. So let's look at them. Okay, so in July 2016, in the Scrum Guide, which was also Scrum Bog, okay, Scrum Body of Knowledge, 5 values were included. Okay, the very first one, what do you see in this last 5? What is the first one you see?
Courage,
Courage.
What is the second?
focus,
Focus.
What
Focus.
what is third
commitment,
Commitment.
Commitment.
and fourth
respect,
Respect.
Respect.
and fifth?
openness.
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 Openness. So courage, focus, commitment, respect, and openness. But regarding what, let's understand them as a values of Scrum. Okay. So when we are talking about Scrum, okay, can someone read this subtitle under courage?
Scrum team member have courage to do uh, right thing and work on tough problem.
Yeah. Now courage is just not encapsulated in one statement. It has a bigger meaning as well. Okay. So when it comes to courage, lot of ownership you can take as a part of team member. Okay, you decide, because Scrum does not allow you to follow any hierarchy. Okay, and that's the reason the concept of what kind of a team, the concept of self-organizing team you are going to learn very very soon. Excuse me. You are going to learn very very soon. You decide that what is right thing to do, and even the problem is tough, you are courageous enough to take the charge of the module, uh, which is going to be implemented as a first priority. So when it says courage, it really takes courage when you come ahead by your own and choose your own module on which you can work as a designer, coder, analyst, or the tester, or the coder, or the architect. Okay, so you are asked in the sprint planning meeting. In which planning meeting?
Sprint planning
Sprint
meeting.
planning meeting.
Yeah, that who is ready to work or give apply the effort in these modules. Okay, and then it takes such team, highly motivated team, who will come ahead and they say declare that they are ready to conquer this problem. Then while you have such courage, and that is expected from you, that you get driven by such courage, it comes next. The value is the focus. Okay, your focus as a team and team member, you are every single time focused towards achieving the goal of the Scrum team. It is not your individual goal which is counting. You are making sure, and especially as a Scrum master, you will make sure no one is getting deviated from your goal, and you will do in your power whatever it takes to make your team more focused. Okay, when it comes to more focused, it means that how they can get deviated. They can deviate it if they don't have any answer to certain question. Okay, so you can bridge that gap. Okay, the moment you realize, and how the Scrum master will realize, through the stand up, where your team member will talk about, okay, what the problem they are facing. They will talk about three things generally: that what they had done earlier, and what they are going to do next, and any problem if they are facing. So these are the three ingredient of daily stand up meeting. And there you take a note that what is the hindrance your team member is having, and how you can solve their problem, and then you fix another meeting with another team member if needed, for the discussion to bridge the gap of not understanding certain flow, module, or functionality. And it could be anyone. Um it could be business analyst with business analyst, that team want to understand, or this can be discussion between coder and a tester. This can be discussion between all these three parties: coder, tester, and uh, business analyst. So you decide, and based on that, you make sure that your team remains more focused. Then comes commitment. Okay, now this courage where you are showing, so here comes to the commitment as well, that you announce that what you are going to commit to. Okay, you announce what you are taking as a charge, as a goal to start working upon, uh, by contributing into the entire Scrum goal, for as a Scrum team member. Okay, when we say Scrum team, we need to understand what who all are the Scrum team. Okay, we will be talking about that very very soon. Now, when it comes, there are multiple people talking about one thing. It may happen that you may experience sometime chaos. Yes, no? There are too many voices in such
Yeah.
plan. Yeah.
Yes.
To address that, the Scrum works with this value, okay, which is called as respect. So this chaos should not turn into shouting and making things more indisciplined. Okay, to address that, you need to remember that every team members every team member is respecting every other team member, because every single person is capable and independent and strength, having the enough strength to deliver the value in a timely fashion. Okay, so you may and it may also happen that lot of questions coming up, and that may turn into, because it has been seen in the past, and that's the reason respect comes into the picture. Come what may, you are applying this value not just for yourself but also for others. Okay, giving the same time, same weightage, and same understanding and same space to other party as well, so that the conversation gets digested well enough. Okay, then comes to the fifth one, to which we call it as openness. Can someone read these three lines?
The Scrum team and its stakeholders agree to be open about all the work and the challenges with performing the work.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you so much for reading. And this applies, openness as a trait, as a value applies when some constraint comes in, some challenges comes in. You are very much open to give and receive when it comes to feedback. So then only you can understand certain upcoming challenges, some challenges uh, which cannot be solved immediately, which can be the future risk. And there you decide, because these all can be demonstrated, seen, and felt during the Scrum meeting only. With me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
remember these five values as a Scrum practitioner. Okay. So what is the benefit of this? So let's understand that. Okay. So if you apply these values, and it increases the quality. Okay, what it increases, everyone?
The quality.
Quality.
Quality. Yeah, Amit has certain question. Amit, go ahead.
Sorry, I have one question. This Scrum, basically, this Scrum process flow can be used for the other type of the project also, no? Like the civil project, basically.
Yes,
Because this
yes,
is something
yes.
which I have been correlating with my existing profile, and uh, this entire process definitely can be used for other type of the projects.
Yeah, we have covered this particular part earlier. Okay, I think you joined little late. Okay, here we have talked about how Scrum can be used in sales, marketing, in advanced technology, in the research work. So in various areas, Scrum can be used. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you can decide in which project you are going to take and start using there. Yes, it can be used. Okay, coming back over here. So I answered your question, right, Amit?
Yes, Gaurav. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So now it, when you are applying Scrum, of course it enhances the quality of whatever you are going to deliver. When it comes to deliver, it doesn't limit with the software only you are going to deliver. It also comes with the user guide, how users are going to use it. When you are delivering the software to the customer, it also comes with the various other documentation on which the entire team has agreed. Let me quickly have a sneak peek or have a look at it if Prerna has joined. Okay, somehow Prerna is not there. Not a problem. Yeah, just a second. Wait a second. Yeah. So yeah, so when it comes to quality and deliverables, so just quality does not come because you decided to deliver the software and it is this as a qualitative delivery. No, you are also going to let the customer know or the stakeholder know what all you have faced. When it comes to what all you have faced, it means what all the challenges, what all the defects, what all things that you have addressed, if you have addressed is completely addressed, or still it is in between. Okay, and when it comes to between, it means that to some people, some customer can demand some known documents, or some they can customize, or they can ask something extra. So you understand the deliverable first itself, in the first talk with the customer, that what exactly they want along with the software. Okay, what all the documents. So when it comes to user guide, so user guide can be updated or can be created based on the requirement document. Okay, because against the requirement, and who will create these user guide and requirement document, everyone? Who will be responsible for this?
IT person.
Yeah, everyone is the IT person, but any specific department? What do you think, everyone?
Product owner.
Okay, so it's a core responsibility of business analyst. Whose core responsibility it is?
Business analyst.
Business analyst. When it comes to applying the user guide, business analysts know exact the steps to be followed. Okay, and based on that, these things are already the part of the detailed document and can be incorporated into the user guide as well. Okay, the another benefit when it comes to deliverable, cope better with the change and expect the change. As I say that when it comes to software delivery for future business analysts, or as a business analyst, you need to keep in mind that change is of course constant, but you are the people who will introduce the change, who will you will advocate the change, and you will try your customer to buy this change. Because if it is successful, then what is happening, what is going to happen, it may bring more business. Okay, more business means more work for you. Okay, and in case if it is not going to happen, if not frequent changes are coming and introduced and incorporated, there would be certain time where the entire team will be sitting idle. Okay, and if you are sitting idle for a longer time in the organization, is good for you or bad for you?
Bad
It's
for
bad.
us.
Bad for you.
Bad.
Okay. Yeah, of course, bad, because you are no longer billable. Billables are boosted to be in the organization, and non-billables are uh, quietly they become worrisome, and they may not sit for longer in the organization. Means they will see the the gate outside. And that's the reason, always remember, as a future business analyst, your focus also should be towards bringing more changes. And then comes the third one that talks about better estimates you need to provide uh, in a less time to create them. Okay, so, and that's the reason we have dedicated meetings, to which we call it as ceremony, where you decide how long who will take. And that happens as a part of Scrum meeting, where you decide and talk about the estimate. And even this estimation planning things will happen in a very time boxed manner, and be more in control of the project schedule and state. As a future product owner and Scrum master, you need to make sure things are moving as planned and not going beyond time and not going beyond budget as well. So these things, the moment you came across that it is going out of time, out of budget, you are going to raise the red flag in front of product owner, so that product owner can take the charge of it. And he will need to communicate to the customer. Customer should know what to be done, what not to be done. Okay, yes, no?
Yes,
One,
yeah.
yeah, great. Now comes to the benefits in more detail. When it comes to customer, how it will be beneficial, how it will be benefiting to others. So can someone read the first card of customer for me?
More
More
responsive to request.
request
High value futures.
delivered more quickly with short cycles.
Yeah, thank you for reading this out. So when it comes to customer, whatever the requests are coming from stakeholders or the the workforce, Customer has to make sure that they are responsive enough to the request which has been coming. Okay. And what all the high value features they want to get delivered, they are more vocal about it. And when it comes to customer, uh, the customer will be delivered in every short cycle, and that will be very very quickly. And why it is for customer? Because customer is going to decide the sprint with the conversation, with product owner as well as the business analyst, that how frequent they want the delivery. Then comes to the entire development team. When it comes to development team, it doesn't mean that it has to be coder. Okay. When we say development team inside Scrum, it means the entire team. Okay. It doesn't limit to the coder. Do you understand this? Say yes if you understood what I said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. So development team, they just don't work. They need to enjoy the work. Okay. Work is valued and used. Everyone's work will be valued over here. And they will make sure that non-productive works are getting reduced. Okay. Like waiting for the emails. Okay. Sending emails. Waiting for the response time. These are the non-productive work. If you can reach out to your peer and talk to then and there, why to send email, wait for the email when he find time, you can just clarify things then and there. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so this is how you are going to bridge the non-productive work, as an example. When it comes to the Scrum Master are also known as facilitator. Okay. So there is one more term for the Scrum Master, as quite popular today, is called as servant leader. What is the word?
Servant leader.
Yeah. Why this word servant leader? Servant leader, it means that you take the leadership and ownership till that extent that makes things possible and doable for your entire team, so that uh, when it comes to facilitating even the smaller activity or the biggest activity, you are in charge of that. Okay. So you are taking the ownership, and that's the reason servant, the word was added over here with the leadership, that you are not hesitating to go till the highest extent of helping your team member. Do you understand?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Mere, not just by knowing the word, but also by understanding the work. Till some extent, you will also understand the responsibility of this role. Are you all with me? Yes?
Yes.
Awesome. So when it comes to Scrum Master, so at planning and task level, he continues to track in the daily meeting how things are moving. He has the tremendous awareness of the project state and status, whether it is going uh, out of the sync when it comes to the plan, as whether it is moving as per plan or not. And he continue or she continues to catch and address every single issues very very quickly, because he takes the charge even to run every single ceremony. When we say ceremony, what does it mean?
Meeting.
Meetings.
Yes,
Meetings.
absolutely right. It means the meeting. Now it comes to vendor. Then the vendor, because you will not just be working with the customer, you might also have certain vendor as a big project. When I say not just in-house project, various other customers, sorry, vendors, they will be working on the high value features. Okay. So they are well aware of that, and based on that, because you have gotten the vendor, it enhances the efficiency of the work. And because of the inclusion of the vendor, it focuses towards the any overhead that will get reduced, and any other wastage of time, or any other wastage of delays and all, so that will be bridged because vendors are involved. Then comes with the product owner. So when it comes with product owner, they quite align with the customer, uh, and understand the needs and communicate back with the team. and any opportunities to reprioritize the work, they are always ahead of and aligned with the time, and they focus. By doing so, they are meeting the value towards the maximum delivery point. Then comes to the management and C level executives and PMOs. Okay, so as a PMO, they need to have the visibility. Okay, visibility on the daily project development, how it is moving, because why they need to understand, because based on that they can win certain new project. Based on these heads up, they can talk and communicate accordingly with the highest authority of the existing customer or with the new customer, and can be utilized as a testimonial or feedback for the new upcoming project to win. Okay, and this entire PMOs and C-level executive, they based on that they influence their own strategies for any information flow, and with this the plan will go effectively and will go ahead with the less speculation. While before reading this, I have given you the key points how these PMOs can use this visibility in their favor. With me so far? Yes? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
great.
Yes.
So now, wait a second. Now you have this visibility. You have already understood Agile values and principle. What will be coming next to you is this. You need to understand the Scrum rule as well. Okay. So now, even though we have seen about this, so when we say we have two things over here. Okay. One is called as Scrum team. What it is called as?
Scrum
Scrum
team.
team.
And another team, what you see here is called as what team?
Development.
Development team.
Development team. So when we say Scrum team, it means you see with the product owner and Scrum master, the entire strength is 3 to 5. In fact, when it comes to Scrum team, the minimum strength is 5. What is the minimum strength?
5.
5.
And
Five.
when we
5.
say development team, what is the minimum strength? 3. What is
3.
3? So make sure, so understand it very clearly. When we say Scrum team, it means it is with the inclusion of product owner and the Scrum master along with the development team. But when we say only development team, it does not include Scrum master and product owner. Scrum team may consist of coder or designer, or say only one person who is coder or designer, and one tester, one business analyst. And that's the reason the minimum strength is 3 in the development team. So there is a strength. So be very mindful in the organization. The question is asked, what is the ideal length of a Scrum team? So ideal length of a Scrum team is 5 to 11. Okay, 5 to 11. But when it is asked what is the ideal length of development team, Scrum development team, then you can answer as it's varies from 3 to 9. With me so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. When we say
Yes.
3 to 9, you see here how it follows as an entire Scrum team length from 3 to 5 and 9 to 11, just by adding these two member, product owner as Scrum master. Yes? You got the
Yes.
logic behind it.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah,
Yes.
got it.
Yeah. Great. Now, when we talk about the development team, so development team is called development team, not because they have got the coder everyone. Entire team is addressing the work to develop. Okay. And that includes with the business analyst, tester, architect, every single person. Those people will be part of the development team. With me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And their focus will be to move everything they are working upon towards the done. All right.
Mhm.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
when it comes to Scrum Master, he will make sure that the entire Scrum process is followed, and He will also make sure that he will make sure that entire process is follow, and he will also make sure if any at all any impediments or any hindrance that will be addressed or that will be removed from entire Scrum team or Scrum practitioner. With me so far? Yes, no? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now comes to the manage the product backlog. What This is the product owner who will make sure he is able to manage the product backlog and optimize the value of the product, and he will make sure that entire team is involved and working very efficiently towards making things move towards the done. Okay, so we will need to understand more in detail about their roles. Okay, product owner, scrum master, and development team, right? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So considering the time and considering the, um, the more thing which is going to come in front of you, I think this will be time where I am going to take a pause right now and quickly jumping into the quick attendance. And let me ask you the question. So, guys, those who had this question, that please suggest me about the certification. Your question is already answered. Maybe you might have joined little late during the start of the session itself. Okay, so let's go ahead with the attendance now. So why I shared you that when it was addressed, in case you have joined late, you can consider to listen to the recording later and get your answer one more time. Let's start with Anita. Anita, what do you feel like saying? One word that comes in your mind after today's learning.
It was great and detailed session. Lot to learn.
Okay, great and detailed. Great, thank you. Let's hear from Saundarya. Saundarya, what do you feel like saying? Whether you understood, relate, connect? Yeah, what do you feel like
Yeah,
saying?
I was able to connect. Also, the interesting part was the Scrum process flow, which you gave us a kiddo example.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
the slices and bread
yeah,
are full of,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you so much for
Thank
letting me know. Thank you, Saundarya. Let's move to Shruti. Shruti, what do you feel like saying?
Yeah, it was very informative today.
Informative, okay, and easy to understand.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, thank you. Let's hear from Pushpanjali. Pushpanjali, what do you feel like saying? One word that comes in your mind.
It's a good class, but today I come to know that Agile and Scrums are not the same.
Hmm.
It's a framework and everything.
Yeah, so was it new for you, Pushpanjali?
Yeah, it's new for me.
Okay, thank you so much that you got a value with that. Thank you.
Mhm.
Let's hear from
Thank
Amit. Amit, what do you feel like saying?
It's a great session, Gaurav, because a lot of things had been learned today. The
Okay, great.
differentiation between the product owner, Scrum Master Development Team,
Yeah,
and
thank you.
the process flow also.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Amit, for sharing that. So, with this note, guys, we are going to meet again tomorrow. So, I was little down. So, today, and that's the reason I just wrapping at bit 7 minutes early. So, nothing much. So, we'll have session tomorrow. Maybe I'll be fit and fine tomorrow as well. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.
thank
Good day.
you.